अंग्रेज अपना लगान और न्यूज लॉन्ड्री अपना हफ्ता कभी नहीं छोड़ते. Welcome to another episode of NL Hafta. Just want to remind our viewers, this is episode 495, and like I had said, we want to do the 500th episode as a live recording somewhere outside Delhi. And I had asked where can we do it, so we can do it at a low cost, because otherwise I gave you the calculation, flying 5 people there, guests, then the technical team, auditorium, ye wo tam jam, 4-5 lakh to kahin nahi gaya. So I got an email from a subscriber from Dehradun who has offered an auditorium, and I'm from Ahmedabad. And both are interesting proposals. So if we can...
Dehradun is interesting.
Dehradun is really nice. We can go back home.
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't mind.
So,
Great weather also.
And
So,
it's
but-
pretty close by.
But the
And
point
it's
is,
just a Shatabdi.
but do we have enough subscribers in Dehradun to fill an auditorium is the question.
I
But
don't.
I know in big cities we do, but I don't know in Dehradun whether there are enough news launches. There could be. I mean, we don't know. But so if you have any other ideas, let me know. But we got to make sure that News Laundry breaks even in that entire trip and back. So on that note, we have another very important announcement. We'll come to that later. I want to introduce the panel. Let me introduce our guest first. One of our favorite Gyanis, who is always here to break down stuff for us and decipher for us whether we are richer or poorer, and whether we will continue to say Angrez apna lagana, not or will go bankrupt and die. Is Pooja Mehra. Thank you,
Hi.
Pooja.
Hopefully, she's not deciphering us while talking to us.
But you never know, maybe she's... So Pooja is a senior journalist, and she's consulting editor of The Mint. In her 2-decade-long career, she has extensively covered contemporary and economic developments. She's the author of The Lost Decade, 2008 to 2018, How India's Growth Story Devolved into Growth Without a Story. The link to the book is below. You can order it, purchase it. And if you are nice and send a nice email that's saying that I've ordered it, maybe we can also get Pooja to sign it for you.
Is there a second part coming to the lost decade, 2014 to
Let's see.
2024?
I'll let you know when time is right.
Right. Also joining us is Editor-in-Chief Raman Kripal. Welcome,
Hello.
sir.
Hello.
And Manisha Pandey.
Hello.
So, let's get the headlines first.
So, the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the Union Budget in Parliament. She said the budget will focus on employment, skilling, MSME, and the middle class. And it was the middle class that was the angriest after the budget. It was flooded with memes.
Extremely angry.
There were so many WhatsApp messages and tweets and Instagram posts going viral about how the middle class has been conned yet again. And actually this is the first Modi budget that I think has got this sort of backlash. I don't remember the previous budgets
Yeah.
from 14 onwards getting any sort of...
What
There
do
were
you think?
there were hopes that he's going to do something with the slab income. Direct
And
taxes.
also I
Nothing
think
has happened.
jobs and consumption
on
because
that
of...
front. And the
the
job,
election
even
results.
the job is so vague. 500 top companies, but did they consult these 500 companies before announcing this?
I doubt it. The silence with which it has been greeted sort of speaks quite loudly.
Yes.
So we'll have a detailed discussion on the budget, including the financial support given to 2 states, Andhra
Two
Pradesh
states.
and Bihar, that's led to some political tutu meme.
It's Friendship Day on August 4. So we have this special campaign that you've seen has already been rolled out. That if any of you have lost a friend to politics, because how hateful politics is, friends, family, relatives, when things become too acrimonious, you stop talking. This is a good time to reach across the aisle and say we may disagree politically, but we can still be friends. And in this endeavor, we will help you by giving you a special package for Friendship Day to give your friend a News Laundry subscription. You can also scan the QR code that is on your screen right now. Scan this QR code and you will get that offer. We will map their subscription, send them free merch, including a book signed by whoever you want it signed by, as in here. Don't say like Dilip Kumar,
Shah Rukh
Amitabh
Khan
Bachchan. Yeah,
का
that
sign
we,
चाहिए.
वो तो
दिलीप.
हम भी नहीं कर सकते. So, Pooja, budget समझा दीजिए.
Can we make some money? Can we save some money?
I
क्या
wish,
महंगा
I
हुआ,
wish
क्या
मुझे ही
सस्ता हुआ?
समझ में आया होता.
No, but it's been. Do you think, or is it just because we consume so much news? Do you feel this budget has got more criticism than past budgets, less criticism, or every budget is the same kind of noise?
I feel that in on social media, from average people on social media, there is a lot of vocal, if not criticism, certainly a lot of curiosity on about the impact of the tax announcements on their savings and investments. But I haven't seen any criticism of the thinking, arithmetic, etc., from the commentariat, from the experts. I'd say I've seen a lot of insincere praise for the budget from people who are otherwise quite well informed. Many people who I read regularly to keep myself informed, I found their praise to be insincere.
Well, the praise of captains of industry was always insincere, because back then sometimes I used to be on the set of some budget that was being shot. When the cameras weren't rolling, I will not take names, but the captains of industry, basically, the top, who used to be the usuals, they'd be vetoing their mouth. As soon as cameras would come on, they would. So that's that. As far as captains of industry is concerned,
Yeah.
that's always been the case.
Yeah, but that disease is now spread to our, hardcore economists.
Mhm.
For instance, I see so many people saying that it's a fiscally prudent budget, a fiscally prudent budget. I was looking at the FRBM statement, the fiscal responsibility statement that was tabled in Parliament as part of the budget papers. The central government's debt to GDP ratio has.
The criticism that has come this time is from the. See, on social media, it's the middle class who's there. Either the middle class or the top 10%, top 5%. I mean, no matter, because the wealth disparity is so much, the top 1% feel that they are also middle class, because it's just the top 0.0001% who occupy all the media space, and you see Anant Ambani's and Shah Rukh Khan's and all everywhere. But actually, the middle class is, even if you're earning 10,000 rupees a month, you're middle class in our country, But on social media, Amit Malviya had to delete a tweet because their own constituency was attacking them, right?
Yeah. He had put up a piece saying, and everyone is an indexation expert. And in fact, it was the RSS guy, Ratan Sharda,
I also
who
saw
said that this is very arrogant of you, and this is the problem with BJP, that you have people like this who troll people instead of effectively communicating what you were trying to do. So he deleted his tweet.
And
But you're seeing a lot, even television news, universe that I track, there was a lot of backlash on taxation and the fact that you're giving, you're putting in the taxes, but all you get is roads that, give away during monsoons. You have bridges that fall. So where is our money going? That kind of rhetoric by Sudhir, or a Palki. So it was interesting to see that.
See, the direct tax collection, we haven't even reached 31st July, is 3.7 trillions from the individual
Income tax
pay. Okay. And
what was the message from the election? At least if you look at UP, people were very unhappy about the unemployment problem.
Yeah.
People were not satisfied with the whole Labharti approach of telling people that if you're not getting jobs, you're getting welfare money from the government. So people, so that message, political message that voters have sent out, the response to that has come in the way of this internship scheme that we.
Oh yeah, please
spoke
explain
of.
it to us. What is this internship scheme?
It's still in the makes. There's some 3 schemes, and the finance secretary has just given statements saying that the government will decide and fix a criteria on the basis of which the top 500 companies of India will receive incentives if they voluntarily want to hire interns. The goal is 1 crore interns over the next 5 years. And government will sort of subsidize some bit of the remuneration for these interns. And in return for that, they expect these companies to use their CSR funds to train first-time job gainers who are new entrants into the labor force, so that they are employable.
That's a tough ask, but
it's a job
this can't
for
be the response to the job crisis. Yeah.
no, but at least one company would have already made up. I mean, their quota for internship would be Reliance, because in Anant Ambani's all the Jitko Nachaya, from Ori to can they be counted as
और ही
interns?
वो internship नहीं है वो he's
That's-
next level
interns है।
billionaire.
entrance into the labor
But I
force.
think Reliance, मुकेश भाई, आपने तो अपने internship कोटा कर लिया. बारात में जो नाचे हैं, Sudhir was also there.
2-2 करोड़ की घड़ी दे दी.
So, but okay, that's one of the novel schemes.
So how do you interpret this? Right, this is not a policy response.
It's not
to
compulsory.
It's not compulsory, but it's not a policy response to the unemployment
Yeah,
crisis
yeah.
that we have. It's not going to solve the problem. What it will do.
So one is this whole internship thing. Of course, there are many things. One is the indexation. Indexation is basically if you've bought property and the capital gains that you sell it after 5 years. So the entire sum is in capital gains. You correct for inflation. And then after correcting for inflation, what is left is capital gains. So now you cannot do indexation. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I understand from reading the papers. I'm not, I don't understand personal finance that well. So I'm not in a position to say if it's something good or not good. But yeah, you don't get to, after a certain date, I think they've announced 2001 if I'm not
2001.
wrong. Yeah.
So one of the theories actually that you heard from
So-
another person who writes on
basically
economics
what,
is?
so indexation is basically the house, and especially it's only for housing.
Correct.
Basically immovable assets. You adjust it for inflation, and so the corpus of what will be taxed becomes lower, and you were paying a 20% tax on it, which is now the tax has reduced, it's 12%. But you cannot account for inflation. So जिस price में आपने घर खरीदा है उसी को हम लेके अपना पूरा maths करेंगे. Now in fact, Vivek Kaul, I spoke to him about this. He was saying that he's very for this, and then I read up a little bit on it. Basically, the government's thinking from a policy point of view is that
I mean,
people
one of the
do-
reasons that, and I think at some point even Jaggi had written a piece on real estate that one of course Vivek had said it does make sense to buy a house. It makes sense to rent because the economics just doesn't make sense of
Ask
purchasing.
Manisha.
But there's two
is
things I want to say.
also-
One is that the house as a realizable aspiration for Gen Z or Gen Y is out of the question the world over, not only in India. This is a
but it
major
shouldn't
issue
be
in the US, it's a major issue in Europe.
This again is a policy failure. Why, like you were saying, it's difficult for this generation to buy houses because outside of Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, you have not created new cities. What
Yeah,
happened to your
exactly.
100 smart cities?
Everyone comes here only.
So there is a supply-demand mismatch.
Exactly.
You are paying a premium for land because there is a scarcity of land because there are only these cities. If
Right.
you had developed, okay, let's even take Hyderabad as one of these cases. But if you had developed a Bhopal, a Jaipur, any of the other...
Gandhinagar.
Yeah, as well, then supply-demand would spread out,
Yeah, exactly.
And opportunities also in
Right now,
those cities
everyone
for
comes
people,
here
yeah.
only.
because
absolutely.
everybody wants to come and open an office here, therefore we all want to live here.
So
This
that-
you're being penalized for development not spreading outside of the traditional centers of growth, despite having 100 cities or
Smart
whatever.
city program.
No, also I think
बस मुफ्त में इतना ही मिलेगा. For the full uncut podcast, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free. The best way to listen to The Hafta and indeed all our podcasts is through the News Laundry app. You can download the app by clicking on the links given in the show notes. So do download our app and get the best podcast experience. And also pay for news and support a new news media ecosystem that News Laundry is trying to encourage, where we are accountable to you because we run on contributions that you make. We don't take government ads, we don't take corporations ads, so that news serves the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Subscribe to News Laundry, click on the link in the show notes below and proudly say, I pay to keep news free.